Auctions are great places to get some super rare, one-of-a-kind items, especially more high-profile auctions, where some stuff has been sold for incredibly high prices, raising the value of an object by a lot. Not all things sold at auctions are valuable, but in today's video, we will be talking about the most expensive thing sold at an auction ever. If you're interested in this, keep watching this video. Before we begin, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. Let's hop into the video. Number 1. A stamp. Hear me out, this isn't just any stamp. This is an 1856 magenta 1-cent stamp from British Guiana. This was sold in 2014 for a world record price of $9.5 million and is known as one of the rarest stamps in the world. It has set a record nearly every time it has been sold since 1900, capturing the first world record in 1932 when it sold for $32,500, and then again in 1980 sold at $935,000. This, however, is the highest record yet, and this is a brilliant thing to have in any stamp collection. Since its value keeps on going up, we can only imagine how much it will be worth the next time it goes on auction. Number 2. The McDonald Viola. This viola was made in 1790 by Antonio Stradivari in his most successful period. The viola was formerly owned by Godfrey Bolseville, the third Baron MacDonald of Slade, who acquired the viola sometime around the 1820s. In 1964, it was purchased by Deutsche Grammophon for Peter Schidloff of the Amadeus Quartet and was then sold by him at an auction. The viola finally sold in 2014 for over $45 million by an anonymous buyer. A great piece for music collectors and viola players, I suppose. Number 3. An orange balloon dog. This is another crazy design by well-renowned artist Jeff Koons. This was first bought in the 1990s by Peter Brandt and originally came in the set of 5 with 4 different colors. The blue dog is owned by Eli Broad, by Francois Pinault, the red by Dracus Yano, and the yellow by Stephen A. Cohen. This orange balloon dog was sold at a Christie's auction in 2013 for an incredible $53.4 million and is currently the world record price for the work of a living artist. Definitely a crazy purchase, but a pretty good thing to put in your living room, right? Number 4. The Clark Sickle Leaf Carpet. This carpet is from around 1700, from the Kerman province, current-day Iran. This carpet recently belonged to the Corcoran Gallery of Art, who received the rug from William Bagnet, the banking and railroad magnate, after his death in 1925. Because the carpet is so old and has so much rich history, it's no surprise that the sickle leaf carpet sold for £33.7 million at an auction in Sotheby's, New York in 2013. Carpets like that need a lot of upkeep though, and are much better being hung on a wall than actually put on the floor, as footsteps could tarnish the color and ruin the material a lot quicker. Number 5. The Graph Pink. The Graph Pink is an emerald-cut 24.7 carat diamond, previously owned by Harry Winston, and is now named for its last buyer, jeweler Lawrence Graff. This diamond set the record for any diamond at the Sotheby's November sale in Geneva in 2010, with a winning bid of $46.1 million. The incredible diamond was set in a ring and resembles the Pink Panther from the movies. If you ever watched those, pretty incredible. Number 6. The Bay Psalm Book. The Bay Psalm Book holds the record for the highest price sold for any printed book, at $14.1 million, sold at an auction in 2013. The reason this book is so valuable is because it was the first book printed in 1640 in the colonies by the Puritans of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. This is a really old and valuable book, and is sure to only go up in value in the coming decade, should it be sold at another auction soon. Number 7. A Crocodile Hermes Birkin Bag. Hermes is pretty expensive as it is, but it's no surprise that it was sold at an auction for even more than you could have imagined. In a Christie's auction in Hong Kong in 2017, a Hermes Himalaya Niloticus Diamond Birkin Bag was sold for $378,000. The reason for this bag to be sold at such a high price was because it was adorned with 1,023 carats of diamond, making the bag even more luxurious than a Hermes bag already is. The buyer remains anonymous, but we can imagine that this auction purchase definitely broke the bank a little. Number 8. Ringo Starr's Drum Kit. This one comes as no surprise. The Beatles are possibly one of the most successful bands ever to exist, and any kind of merchandise of theirs always gets sold for a super high price, especially if it's something that they used or touched. Ringo Starr's Drum Kit actually sold at an auction in 2017 for an incredible $2.2 million. This was hosted by Julian's Auctions. The famous Ludwig Black Oyster Pearl set was apparently used in more than 200 Beatle performances between 1963 and 1964, making this set all the more valuable. Beatle lovers, music collectors, and collectors in general would definitely see this as a valuable piece. Number 9. A vintage Leica camera. The vintage Leica camera was sold for $2.8 million in 2012 in an auction in Vienna, Austria, and currently holds the world record for the most expensive camera. This is a Leica camera 35mm model, and is one of only 25 produced for testing in 1923. In 2012, only 12 of the rare models of this camera were said to exist, making this a truly exceptional collector's piece. For anyone who likes cameras, No doubt that this camera will only go up in value in the coming decade. Number 12. Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday, Mr. President dress. This is one of the most iconic dresses ever to exist, and we all know it. It was worn by the famous singer and actress Marilyn Monroe when she performed for President John F. Kennedy at a Democratic Party fundraiser in 1962. This dress was talked about in so many news articles and is still talked about today. It is a sheer, skin-colored dress covered in diamonds and was supposed to give the impression that she wasn't wearing any clothes at all. The iconic gown was purchased by Ripley's Believe It or Not at a Julien's auction in Los Angeles in 2016 and was sold for a jaw-dropping $4.8 million. Number 13. A wristwatch. Now, this isn't any old wristwatch. This is currently the most expensive wristwatch in the world, made by Patek Philippe & Co., a luxury watch designer brand. This was sold at a Christie's auction in Geneva that benefited research on Duchenne muscular dystrophy in 2019. The watch was handmade, studded in diamonds, and apparently took years to complete, making it possibly one of the most extravagant watches in history. The watch was sold at the auction for an incredible $431 million by an anonymous buyer. Whoever bought the watch must have a lot of cash to spare, or a lot of love for collecting watches. Number 14. Marie Antoinette's Pearl Pendant. Anything historical definitely goes well at auction. People just love to buy things owned by important people from previous generations, and this one is no different. Marie Antoinette's Pearl Pendant was the most expensive pearl pendant ever sold, and it was sold at the Sotheby's auction in 2018 for $32 million. Yes, $32 million for a pendant. It is also speculated by Insider that the pearl actually used to be a part of a diamond-studded pendant owned by the former Queen of France. So there's another bit of history on that pendant. Number 15. A Ferrari. It is no secret that Ferraris go for a lot of money on the regular market, so having one sold in an auction is just an invitation for a lot of spending, especially for billionaires and car collectors. This 1962 Ferrari GTO in red was sold at Sotheby's auction in August 2018, making the most valuable car ever offered at an auction for $48.4 million. This is a crazy price for a car, but it is sure to keep going up in price as time goes on, provided it is well looked after and kept in the right condition. Number 16. A sculpture. The sculpture called Chariot by Swedish sculptor Alberto Giacometti was sold at Sotheby's auction for an absolutely crazy $101 million in 2014. Why? It is regarded to be a transformative piece of art from the 20th century. The sculpture was sculpted between 1951 and 1952, and it is an important piece of an impressionist art. The buyer remains anonymous, but one thing's for sure, he must really love art, because $101 million is a lot of money to spend on an art piece, no matter how valuable it is. Number 17. Claude Monet's Mules painting. This one is pretty predictable because paintings always seem to sell for high prices in auction. This painting comes from the famous impressionist artist collection Haystacks and was also sold in Sotheby's auction in 2019. This is one of the highest priced things on our list, if not the highest priced thing on our list, being sold in an auction for $110.7 million. Original paintings by famous artists always seem to get sold for so much within a century or two of them getting made. And finally, number 18. Elizabeth Taylor's jewelry collection. The Hollywood star had an extensively beautiful jewelry collection which she wore to movie premieres, on set, and just out and about. Her collection of jewels included a La Prigna natural pearl necklace, among several other items that included precious gems such as diamonds. Her entire jewelry collection was sold on auction for $160 million, and the proceeds from the sale benefited the Elizabeth Taylor Foundation. And that concludes today's video of the most expensive things sold at an auction ever. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to turn on post notifications if you want to be the first to hear about my next upload. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.